Get ready to load back in. So we're back, and I believe Humbo has actually retired since I did freeze, and there has been time set. Is it raining? No, it looks like it is going to though. Only 8 people have just set a lap. I believe White Eagle just set one. He set a 33.4. Fraggle is provisional pole with a 29.7 at the moment. Only a few people are out, but they're probably on their in laps for now. And actually, Billy has completely gone off the track for a spoon. White Eagle has spun round almost. He was able to correct it slightly through the S's, so I don't know if he's going to get back in time. Steve Rav is ghosting through spoon, so he'll be able to get back in and out if he does come back. White Eagle should be in Sauber. Okay. Let's have a quick look what cab I put. Right, I'm fully back now. So Joe's actually starting another lap. We'll go on board with him since I don't believe he'll have any traffic. Actually, he has 2 cars. But as he comes through turn 1 now, long sweeping right-hander. He's taking that very nicely. Now it's going to take the remainder of the S's. Also taking that nicely, hugging the inside. Akira's there, gets out of his way nicely. The exit of the S's, he has gone on the grass and the gravel. That's not where he wants to be. And he is off into the wall. Another big crash, the 5th big crash in qualifying. And his lap is only going to be a 1:47.5, which will put him up in a decent spot, possibly even the top 10. No, I don't think it will, unless Ganek and Hakura don't set a lap. I don't know who's on a lap now. Welcome, Mr. Grumpy. And White Eagle's also gone off, and he's lost a tyre. 6 people have now lost it through either the hairpin, the S's, the hairpin or the S's, yeah. Another crash, another Williams in the wall within a minute of each other. So, and also Morris guy's off into the wall at the exit of the S's. More than half the grid have lost their wing on the end of the S section. This is quite interesting. He's actually going to be on the lap. Merchon is starting his lap. JT Killer was starting a lap. I think he's backed out already. Fraggle isn't starting a lap yet. JT, no, he's not starting one. We'll go on Merchon. He could be going for pole here. We'll see how his lap goes. Through the S's. I don't think he has any traffic. Will he do what the others will do and go on the grass of the white line on the exit of the S's? We'll find out now. So he takes a long right-hander. He's taken that nicely so he doesn't go on the grass. Ends the first sector with a 32.9. And he has gone on the gravel. That's going to slow him down. Humbo has rejoined. I don't remember him leaving. As he comes now through the hairpin, should go down to 2nd gear. He does drop to 2nd. And has backed out of his lap. So Fraggle's starting his lap. And Fraggle's not going to set a lap. So I guess he's confident he's going to get pole. JT is going to be starting the lap soon. I'll call him Boomer. Morris Guy, it's just retired on his own accord. He's actually on the lap. I'll call him Boomer because I don't have to say his first name. Apparently JT can only race on Thursdays. Well, if he can only race on Thursdays, he can only race on Thursdays. As he now comes through the long right-hander, coming up to Spoon, an uphill right-hander. Going to Spoon. He drops down to 6th. Gets better traction. If he does drop it down to 5th and 4th. Puts the power down nice and early as he now comes down the straight heading into 130R. I don't know if he's up or down. It's not telling me, but as he comes through the 130R, does take it flat. He's comes through the final chicane, breaks at the 100 metre board. Takes the first bit nicely and the second part. And he's going to come across the line and does not improve, but does get another lap. Merchon's on a lap. JT's also on a lap. Hakura's on a lap, but a 10th down. Billy, I believe, has just crossed the line. Or did he invalidate? I can't remember. Ganek's also on a lap. We won't go on board with Billy yet. Hakura's next across the line, and he'll be the first one to cross the line, I believe, now once qualifying has ended. So everyone is on their final lap, the remaining 6. Hakura's up by 2 tenths, not anymore, as he's now gone onto the grass through 130R. Probably the end of his lap completely. As he now does come through the final chicane, will he still improve? I doubt it. Well, since he's been on the grass, no he doesn't, he remains in 6th. Ganek's going to be next across the line. Takes a lot of speed into the chicane. As Ganek's going to come across the line to set a 130.5. 3 thousandths quicker than Merchon. Does put him in 2nd. JT goes pole. 29 flat. Merchon's going to cross the line and set a 30 flat. He goes 3rd. Boom's going to be last across the line. Now where will he go? He's 5 tenths up on his time, so he'll go just in front of Ganek. Depends on his final chicane. He's taken that rather nicely, puts the power down early. He's going to come across the line to set a 130.2, and that does put him in P4. So an interesting end to qualifying, not a very good start to qualifying. So JT on pole by 7 tenths to Fraggle. Merchon in 3rd, Boomer in 4th, Ganak in 5th, Cablo in 6th, Hakura in 7th, Widlow Billy in 8th, White Eagle in 9th, Morris Guy fills up the top 10. Steve Ralph was the only person not in the top 10 to set a lap, but did bin it later on. And the others, which are Vane, Blue Jean, Humbo, who has just left the session, and Jururu, didn't set a lap. I don't know if Humbo's got back in. I have heard that it will rain, so if Humbo hasn't got in, then I think there could be a restart. Humbo did not get in, so I don't know if there's going to be a restart. Humbo isn't here. I get no info. I'm not in the F6 chat, so I don't know any information about if there's going to be a restart, since there is a driver not here. He should be on the grid. So now I wait for everyone to get the setup sorted. And the fuel, as I believe Fraggle said, no, I'm just replacing Ash for today. Rain halfway through. Well, if it's rain, I got told it's rain at the end, and I've been told it's rain halfway through. The weather can always change. It can come a lot earlier than expected. Now 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. And away we go for the Japanese Grand Prix. And JT's got off to a good start. Fraggle's going to go down his inside maybe. No, he keeps it. I'll have a look at everyone else through turn 1. Nice and clean from what it can look like. Bit of scrappiness in the background. Everyone seems to keep it on track. Hakura's battling for points as everyone from 4th down to 9th are really close. There is a car off track. Who was it? Cablo is off into the wall, I believe. I don't think he actually hit the wall. I think he may have just spun off. It doesn't seem like he's got any wing damage, but he's far behind. There is now a Sauber of Ganek who has gone off track. There's a Williams of White Eagle who's rejoined into a Force India of Blue Jean. Blue Jean has got wing damage from what it looks like. And White Eagle is now in the grass, and Cablo's just going to go and take that position. Akira and Morris guy battling for P6. Akira's the only person to stay in the position he started in. As he's now on the back of Morris guy. Can he try and get him through Spoon? Yeah, wasn't really paying attention to Cab though. I was paying attention to the group with him. These two aren't the closest. Steve Rav and Widelow Billy through 130R. Will he go for it around the outside? A bit ambitious. He does get pushed off, but it is 130R. It is what it is expected. JT has lost a bunch of time, and Fraggle has overtaken him now. Somehow, so now down the main straight. They're going to go side by side. JT has got the lower wings. Through turn 1, who's going to back out? Fraggle does wisely, and JT retakes the lead, but JT goes straight off. Loses the lead. And Boomer gets past him as well. JT has just dropped from first to third in one corner. And you might want to be careful. Widelow Billy is catching also. Morris Guy is also on the back of Steve Rav for P5. Oh, he's on the grass. Oh, JT's around at the end of the S's, where everyone was bidding it in qualifying. He's lost his wing and he's down in 12th. And White Eagle should overtake JT from what it looks like. Yep. So JT from getting pole to now being last with no wing, and he's spun around again, and I think that could be his race. Everyone seems to be separating already. Merchon, who has dropped 5 positions, I don't know what's happened to him, is on the back of Ganek, who is also on the back of his teammate. So we're in a good position right now. They've not had any points this season so far. So these two getting points should boost them in the championship. I don't know if it's going to get them up into 9th place, but we'll find out. So Ganek's getting close to his teammate. Will there be any team orders? Well, they both have 0 points, so possibly not. So Merchant's also on the back of Ganek, so it's a 3-way battle for P6. Actually, Steve Rav. Widelow Billy has gone off through turn 1, and Steve Rav does take P3 for now. It's going to be interesting to know everyone's strategy, since it is going to rain. I believe people may pit for softs or supers. Oh, Merchant very close to Ganek through the S's. Now can he get a better exit than him through the S's? Coming through Degner 1 now. Oh, and there is a Sauber of Jaruru round, and there is a... Can't find the Toro Rosso Morris guy also off the track. Don't know what has happened there, but Sauber Jaruru is not into the points. JP, stop. And Morris guy, who is going incredibly slow with grass on his rear right tyre, has dropped a few positions. A Widelow Billy is close to Joe, or Steve Rav. Sorry if I get confused. As he comes through 130R, he has caught him significantly. Don't think he'll go for a move through the chicane. No, he doesn't. Does go very deep though. So now go for the chicane. That must have been a warning for what it looks like, as he will get DRS. I don't think it's very much of a difference. The straight isn't very long, and he is half a second back. Says Blue Jean is a lap behind. There we go. As he go through turn 1 now. I don't know who Juan Baba Montoya is in this race. I know who he is in real life, but who is he in this race? Steve Ross goes a little bit wide, doesn't lose much time. Morris guy's in the pits. Did he lose his wing? No, he didn't. He's just pitting for a set of softs. We'll have a look at what everyone's tyres are on now. And everyone's either on the supers and the mediums, so different strategies, because there is rain apparently coming. Oh, Widelow Billy, I just catch the end of that. He spun round through Degner 2. Rejoins rather dangerously. Luckily he did ghost. Oh, Cablo. Oh, right, I didn't know that. Oh, I actually didn't know that. Anyway, Billy now. Speaking of Pablo, just overtaken Billy. Billy did rejoin dangerously. I don't think this, we'll go to the stewards. Didn't affect anyone's race. Don't believe he lost any wing. He just spun round, but he's lost all his position, and his tyre will be increased. He's still the closest battle for now, though. But Pablo is catching Vane. rather quickly. He won't have DRS obviously for 130R. But as they come now down to the braking point of the chicane, he does catch up. I think Vane is using no ABS. I can see some smoke coming from his car, which wouldn't suggest he's using no ABS. So Cablo now has DRS down the main straight. Should be able to close that gap. He won't be able to go for an overtake too far behind yet. So go through turn 1. And Cablo's got a little bit closer. He might just want to stick behind him until 130R again, so he can go for an overtake. He is losing time through the S's, so he may be running a low downforce setup compared to Vane, who has actually just gone onto the grass, which will allow Cablo to catch up. Will he go for a move? I don't think so for a Degna 1. There is some gravel. It's just been thrown up. I believe it could have been by Blue Jean. Don't know. Well, actually, I didn't notice. There's 2 battles going on. Cablo on Vane and Merchon for Gannock. We'll go on board with Merchon for a bit, as this is for higher points. So as he's just gone through Spoon now, they both seem to have got a similar exit to each other. But now Merchon will have Slipstream, no DRS through 130R. Will he go for a move for the chicane out? Oh, actually he might do. He's close up a lot through 130R. And no, he doesn't. He does wait. As he go for the chicane. Now Gannock goes on the curb on the exit, which will help Merchon. Now Merchon will have DRS and he's already just a tenth behind him. And Gannock goes defensive. He's going to back out through turn 1. Gannock does, and Merchon just get the move. He goes on the grass on the exit, on the entrance, sorry. And he still keeps the move. Good overtake. Yeet. Welcome, Big C. Billy's in the pits for a set of softs, which which could indicate that the rain is coming in around lap 18 maybe. And oh, Gannock! He's in the wall at the end of the S's. He's lost his front left, possibly his front right as well. Rear left, sorry. First person to DNF this race. He was in a good position, did just lose a position to Merchon, but now he's not doing too well. Which just promote everyone up a position. Now the closest battle is between Vane and Cablo. I didn't notice, but Pablo passed Vane. Could have been whilst the overtake was going on. Vane's gone off track and has just got a 3-second time penalty. Will not help him at all. Sorry about the cough. Cablo now on the back of Blue Jean. He's cut Ultra in rather quickly. Blue Jean is on the mediums, so the super should be starting to wear off soon. As they come through the final chicane. Gannock does leave. That will make the... could possibly make the slipstream glitch happen, which is quite disappointing. Anyway, as Cablo comes through turn 1. 1 second, I've got a really bad cough. Let me just mute my mic. Lost 2 positions since I was coughing. Cablo did get past and so did Vane. Merchon's now on the back of Joe. Will he be able to get Joe is a different question. He's close up to Joe a lot, or Steve Rav, sorry I keep calling him both names. And Boomer just pit on lap 8. Oh, lap 7 actually. Or was it lap 8? No, lap 8. For a set of softs, so I'm guessing he's going to the rain. So Cablo just got up into 4th. Merchant's still on the back of Steve Rav. Himbo was like that again. Oh no, he wasn't even in the race. Never mind. Blue Jean is also a close battle, but we'll go on board with the battle for P2 for now. Steve Rav should be getting away from Merchant, since he is on the medium tyres, and he will be going to the rain, which is a good strategy. Fraggle has actually pulled a 13-second lead already. But when he does pit, he will come out around 4th. I think he'll come in just behind Vane, possibly. In this battle, 4-way battle for P4, actually. I believe Cablo is starting to form a train slightly. Merchant's well too far back. Jaruru's close to Blue Jean. Everyone seems to be around a second apart, so Slipstream will, well, actually, probably won't come into effect. Since Scanek did leave. Under braking, Jaruru's using no ABS. And now, I believe all of them will have DRS. Actually, no, Blue Jean doesn't. Vane does on Cablo, but I don't think he'll be able to get it. No, well, Jaruru, too far back. Merchant is... Why is there no game sound? I'll try to increase the game sound. I don't know why there's no game sound. 1 second. Is that better? Could have been just a few of my settings need tweaking. Tell me if you can hear the game sound now. Wildlow Billy has left the session. He was in 9th place. So that will help Morris Guy. He doesn't have to battle for the position. Nope, okay. And I've got it on low, but I can hear it myself, so I'll up it. Right, is that better? Oh, whoa, I didn't notice that Vane is on the back of Cablo. And he's going to go around the outside of 130, or is he going to back out? Anyone going to back out? Cablo does. Wise choice. Merchant does pit on lap 10, he doesn't speed in the pit lane. Cablo does also pit. Fraggle will have to pit soon. His tyres look slightly worn. I'd probably say around 60, 55, 60% by now. Oh, Jaruru almost went down the inside of Blue Jean there. Almost just caught the end of that. And Merchant comes out in 7th on the supers, and Cablo's gone on the mediums. So different strategies if there's apparently rain coming. There was blue sky. That blue sky is fading now. So it looks like the rain could appear, but we don't know yet. Billy has joined again, but has just lost the position to JT. JT, the championship leader, has just been promoted into the points. His championship rival, who isn't actually here, so that's good for him at least. He'll try and extend his lead. Oh! Jaruru and Blue Jean side by side through the uphill right-hander. I believe Jaruru's made the move on Blue Jean now. Yes, he has for his spoon. There is a yellow flag. I don't know what it is. Fraggle does pit. I'll try and see what that was. Morris Guy is losing a piece of his wing. It could have been him. Blue Jean's already losing time through 130R. He's already 8 tenths back. We'll have a look at Fraggle. He's on a set of supers, so either a 2-stop or he's going to the wets. Or inters. White Eagle picks up a penalty, and Fraggle's going to come out comfortably in 2nd and will hunt down Steve Rav. JT passes Cablo around the outside just before 130R. And Cablo's gone very deep. He's going to lose a lot of time there. And Billy's back in his car. Good to see. I think JT's tyres will start to die off soon since he did pit early. So as long as Cablo stays with him. Hakura has retired through 130R. He's lost his rear wheel. So I don't know what has happened. He must have lost it. Boomer's overtaken Blue Jean. And JT has lost it. Where's he lost it? Is that on the exit? No, it's not. He's lost it through the middle of the S's. Championship leader in the wall. So that does promote Cablo, Billy and Eagle up a place. Giroux's on the back of Vane. Fraggle's catching Steve Ruff rather quickly. Steve Ruff just did pick up another penalty. I think that was at least his second penalty. That's his sector one crash still. Looks like on board with Giroux. There seems to be a three-way battle forming, and that was rain. I did just see rain, I believe. Yeah, there is rain. It is spitting now, so the rain has appeared on lap 12. Japan, the rain does come relatively quickly, depending on how heavy the rain does drop. So a three-way battle for third place. I believe Vane's on the better strategy here. Yeah, he is. He's done quite well here. He hasn't pitted yet. And now the Inters are coming, he won't need to pit. But he has got two cars behind him on fresher tyres. Yes, there is rain, JP. Only spitting, but anyway, we'll quickly go to Fraggle, as he should make an easy move on Steve Rav here. As they come through the uphill right. And through Spoon, he should get a better grip. And he does. He's on the back of him for the exit of Spoon. He's going to be able to put the power down probably earlier. As they're now coming up to 130R. Slipstream may still be there. It's not, obviously. So as they go through 130R, it's going to be no effect. Oh no! Cablo has lost it through Degner 2 on the exit. He's lost his front right wheel. Got front right tyre, and yeah, I guess he's bounced off the wall and spun back around. So that's him out of this race. Don't know what's happened there, but Boomer is on the back of Giroux now down the straight. They both have DRS. I think that Boomer may back out. And actually, Blue Jean does. Not Blue Jean, Giroux, sorry. Blue Jean has, I believe, just come out the pits. I don't know, but Merchant's up into 6th. So now everyone who's left is in the points. So let's keep track of all these battles right now. Fraggle now on the back of Steve Rav. The rain is getting heavier. Obviously there's still a dry line, so it'll take a little while yet. Will he go down the inside of the hairpin? He does. It's not up to me, I'm not an admin. And he does make the move. But will Steve Rav come back at him? I doubt it. Fraggle does go slightly wide, but he'll get a better exit. Yeah, he's kept that move. Steve Rav's going to struggle now. Yep, Fraggle does make that move and has made it stick. Boomer now is still going to try and attempt to get Giroux. I think he did get past him through turn 1. But if he lost the position instantly again. Oh, Merchant. Just caught that in the background, him clipping the grass. That's going to lose him a bit of time. Steve Rav and Fraggle pits, and Steve Rav has jumped him in the pit. Well, before even getting into the pits, getting into the pits, he's jumped him. Oh no, Fraggle! Fraggle's put on a set of softs, whilst Steve has put a set of inters on. Well, he hasn't said DRS is disabled yet. And Steve Rav has just gone off turn 1 and lost the position to Fraggle. Blue Jean is pitted for Inter, so there's 2 people on intermediates now. But DRS hasn't been disabled yet, so I think it's still too early. And Steve Rav's lost another position to Jaruru, who's going to be losing a bunch of time now. Look how quickly Jaruru's getting away. You can still see a dry line. They've pitted 2 or 3 laps too early, in my opinion. So now Vane has actually gone net P1 from starting in P12. And you just go wide. And no one seems to be near each other. We'll go on board with Steve Rav though, as we'll see how much he is struggling. He's flying around all over the place. Morris guy's catching him relatively quickly. 4.3. I'm looking for a spoon. He will take this rather slow. 130R should be actually challenging for him. Because he's going down the straight. He's in lean to reduce, obviously, wheel spin. And Merchon does pit. Make sure it's not to speed. There was actually 15 in qualifying JP, but Humbo did lag out. So Merchon's now in for a set of inters. Fraggle's pitting for a 3rd time. Wasn't that the 2nd time, innit? Yeah, 2nd time for a set of inters this time. So he's just probably lost his race, actually. Still no DRS disabled. There is a yellow flag, and it is Boomer off the track. And I don't believe he's lost his wing. He's just spun. And so Steve Rav is also off. And Merchant's going to look to go and get him for the S's. Ooh. Just is able to keep it. Oh, Boomer's around again. Oh, unfortunate. And there's a... Oh, Fraggle. Everyone seems to be struggling on the inters. I don't know why they've pitted. Merchant's going to try and get Joe in these, or Joe or Steve Rav in these tricky conditions. It's not DRS disabled yet. I think they've pitted relatively too early. As you can see here, Boom, even with wing damage, is still catching. JC does leave the session. Everyone seems to be struggling, bar the front 2. So I've now got a very good lead. Especially Vane. Vane is probably in to win this race now. He's winning by 18 seconds. Like, who's going to stop him? Still no DRS disabled. And Fraggle is in the wall, an uphill right-hander. So he's the first person to go into the wall on the intermediates. Vane has got a stop-go. Speeding in the pit lane, does put on the intermediates though. Jarurus hasn't, don't know if he's staying out yet. Oh, he's struggling. Yeah, he's going to have to pit. I didn't see DRS disabled though, so I don't know. It's like the cross. It's a crossing period. Jaruru! He's been into the pits! Oh no! He's lost his tyre in the pits. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Billy and Boomer came together. But I think they both lost the wing anyway. That is really unfortunate for Jaruru, as he's now just respawned on the track. So Merchant's still on the back of Steve Rav. Very interesting race now. Still no DRS disabled from what I saw. But everyone's struggling on the intermediates as they were on the dries. Steve Rav on the grass. Merchant around the outside of Degner 1. Oh, they collide. Hard but fair. And Merchant does get into P2. We don't know about penalties yet. Vane is still leading, but with a stop-go. So Merchant's in for the win here. If he can catch. And now it seems to be separating the grid. Merchant is struggling though. Everyone seems to be struggling on these kind of tyres. I believe it's still... You can still see a partly dry line. Oh, I can see a partly dry line. Now, straight line speed. We know Steve has got a good straight line speed. As you can see here, he's reeling Merchon in through 130 yards. They're not going to take it flat. Merchon definitely can't take it flat. Loses the position, gets gravel on his tyres, and he's going to lose even more time. But Vane's losing a lot of time. There is a yellow in sector 1. Morris guy has spun around. Degner 2. Degner 2 is now the corner that's catching everyone out, and Morris guy seems to be struggling to turn back around. And Boomer has left the session. Pablo doing what Pablo best, throwing manual gears and downshifting to a gear too low and bend it. Unfortunate. Morris guy is back on track now. Merchants will be catching Steve Rav again. I believe it is DRS disabled now, it has to be. But people seem still to be struggling. And Merchant is almost on the back of Steve Rav again. So another 10 laps to go, so people may struggle with tyre wear since everyone is sliding around. Everyone's tyre wear probably won't be too well. Oh, if you saw them two cars there, just drifting around the upper right-hander. Sorry about that. Anyway, Merchant now probably won't be able to catch Steve Rav on the straight. Steve Rav has got considerable straight line speed. Does he go for 130? Oh, he probably won't do the same mistake twice. No, he doesn't. I believe Merchant tried taking it flat last lap, and obviously didn't go too well, but he has caught Steve Rav. As these two do start lap 18 out of 27, still another 10 laps to go, including that one. As we go for turn 1, anyone going to lose it? Joe has gone off for a turn 1, or Steve Rav, sorry. Merchant is going to go for it around the outside of the S's. Hard but fair. Steve Rav keeps the position. Merchant's just going to try and stick behind him until back end on both cars seems to be just sliding. Now Degner 2 catches is catching a lot of people out today, but hasn't caught these two out. As we go into the hairpin now, I will probably believe that Steve Rav has got more penalties than Merchant. I've seen his name appear a few times. Blue Jean has got a penalty through Degner 1 and has ghosted. So Billy's now up into 5th. Merchant can get past Joe, Joe or Steve Rav, I keep calling him Joe now. We'll offer him in the championship. He is only Boomer's rejoined after he's just been overtaken. Merchant is, I'll try and have a look. 12 points off of Krizu, or Krizu, who hasn't been in the last 3 races, so he'll be able to get up to 2nd, possibly, if he does win this race. But winning this race, that is the question. Can't catch Steve Rav on the straight, but turn 1, Steve Rav, will he go wide again? He does. Not as much as last lap though, so Merchant's have to sit behind him again. Another sector 1. Is it? No? We just go sector 1 for no reason? Seems sector 3 actually. I'll go for it again. Nope, no one has gone off, so it's just the game glitching as usual. Steve Rav on the white line, doesn't lose it though. As they go through Degner 1 and Degner 2, both lose the back end. Steve Rav just lose it a little bit more though. Now coming up through the hairpin, I don't think Merchant's going to go for a move. No, he just sit behind. Ooh, Steve Rav just go very deep, but we'll get a better exit because of going deep. All this is helping Vane get away. He isn't running much fuel. Blue Genie's running the most amount of fuel at the moment. Oh no, Morris guy has binned it through 130R and he is the 7th person to retire. Half the grid is now retired. And there's a Red Bull, sorry, Vane losing it through 130R. He was able to save it though. He almost went into the wall and wow, he almost joined his teammate in the wall, but he's just lost 5 seconds. Good save though, very good save. Don't know why I called it Ferrari. So it's battle for 2nd place right now. Vade's going to try and get away now. But I don't think he's going to struggle. Steve Raps does seem to be doing quite well defending, but he's got a few penalties added to his name. So I think he may lose P2. Let's have a look at Vane. He seems to be struggling. Merchant is losing time. Whoa, and Steve has actually caught up quite significantly to Vane. Well, he's still in this race, Grumpy or Dale, whatever you want me to call you, Dale or Grumpy. And he's actually on the back of Vane. Vane has gone off the track. And we know Steve has straight line speed, so we will actually be able to reel him in. Now, I will go on board with Vane this time, because last lap he did lose it. So I'll have a look. 3-way battle now for the lead. White Eagle does pit. Through 130R, all 3 of them take it relatively nice. Yep, none of them lose it. Oh, Steve Rapp through turn 1. Turn 1, sorry. Like, final corner does get the move done. That was a really surprising move. And Vane has dropped to 2nd. And White Eagle has pit and has just been lapped. Pits for wets. So now Merchant on the back of Vane. He's going to go for it, I think. We might just stick behind him. Steve, I just want to get away quickly. He has got a few penalties to his name. Vane, I don't think, was very impressed with Joe's surprise but good move, and he wants to get that position back. Hasn't got much fuel to reply though. Blue Jean does pit. Is that for a set of wets? It is for a set of wets. There's only 6 laps left though. Vane is getting a lot closer to Steve Rav. But also if these two do mess up, Merchant's also there just to pick up the pieces. And Vane's losing a lot of time. Merchant's on the back of him. Will Merchant be able to do anything for the upright hand? Oh, oh wait! Oh no, Steve Rav's lost it slightly. Oh, just able to keep it. These 3 are incredibly close to each other. Battle for the lead. Good helicopter shot there of them 3 battling for the lead. I'm not going to check the penalties, I don't do that. Now Vane, will he be dragging him in? It doesn't look like it. He does lift off quite a lot compared to the other 2. Will Merchant go for a move? No, he doesn't. But Vane does break considerably later, gets a horrible run on the exit. Oh, Merchant's going to go for it, I think. He's kind of like pushing him through onto the start-finish straight now. No DRS. Oh. Oh, they're incredibly close. Merchant just can't seem to get past anyone at the moment. Tricky conditions. Steve might want to make the most of this since his penalties, as these 2 are battling. But Steve has low wings are not helping him through this sector. There will be no driver podium interviews because I don't have any of these guys on my friends list and it'll take too long to add them, so yeah. Just to get that cleared up before End of the race. That is quick. Vane has already caught up to Steve Rav within a, like, just through Degner 1 and Degner 2. This is where he starts to lose it all though. They've gone through the hairpin. Mershon's dropping back slightly, so has got a bit more fuel. Blue Jean has got a stop go for corner cutting. Oh, Vane goes slightly wide. Merchant's going to be looking close now. If he can get a better exit, which he doesn't seem to get a better exit, which probably won't help him now. So going down the straight, he has got a lot more fuel. Isn't going in rich though, so I guess he's going to burn it in the final few laps. Ooh, just clip the white line, but he is fine. Blue Jean's pitting for another set of intermediates. Vane a little bit deep again, now on exit. Merchant does get a slightly better exit, but straight line speed, and he's going to stay behind again as they've now just started lap 23. Oh, actually gone to Billy. Merchant is incredibly close, and actually a lap car has got in the way of Blue Jean. Oh! Incredibly close there to Vane. Vane almost did lose his wing, was able to get out of the way though. Will help Steve Rav a little bit, but Steve Rav isn't really getting away. Now these two corners is Vane's favourite two corners on like pace wise. And he does catch slightly, and look how much Merchant drops back just through Degner 1 and Degner 2. But then it's going to catch it all through the upper right hander and spoon. They seem to be quite separated. Steve Rav again messing up for the upper right hander. Can't seem to take it flat with any speed compared to Vane. Billy gets a 3-second time penalty, but won't affect him. So Blue Jean and White Eagle have been lapped this race. Now for 130R, surprisingly, Steve Rav is able to take it flat. Vane has gone off. Oh no, he hasn't. He saved it again. It looked like he was going to go off for a half spin, but he's been able to save it. So they have now started lap 24. Steve Rav off the track, he's on the grass, that's going to let Vane to catch up. I think Steve Rav will drop to third at this rate. Unless Vane and Merchant do get penalties, of course. Oh no, Vane's off the track! Merchant's too far behind to capitalise though. It's unfortunate. Vane just made a first mistake and Merchant wasn't able to capitalise on it. He's now going into the hairpin. Merchant still hasn't used any of his fuel up. Which is quite interesting because I don't know what he's going to do about it. He's going to start using it soon. Whereas Vane is actually saving it, and so is Steve Rav. Through spoon now. Ooh, Vane seems to be a bit wobbly, but we'll go on board with Vane again. Because through this final sector, he can't seem to keep the car straight. So for 130R, he can keep it rather nice. He just has to lift off quite a lot though. Even though he's got higher wings, as now comes through the chicane. Actually, Merchant's caught up quite a lot. Can Merchant get on the power earlier? Not a good exit again. If he could just get a good exit one time, he could possibly get the move done, as they just started lap 25, the third to last lap. And it could be anyone's this. As they go through the first sector again for the 25th time. As you can see here, Vane catching Steve Rav, as he has been doing every single lap as he has been behind him through sector 1. Merchon on the curb, he's losing a lot of time there now. It's not going to help if Vane just make a mistake. Now, how much will Vane catch up to Steve Rav through these fast corners? Not much, actually. Oh, Vane on the gravel slightly, still too far behind his Merchon. He's closed the gap. He's going to start at the end of the race. I still think Vane will get the win. But I don't know if Merchon's got any penalties. I think Vane may have one. Steve has actually done a lot better this lap and has actually got away. Welcome from. It is actually, I would say, wet conditions from what the rain is looking like, but there's no point pitting now anyway. Oh, through 130R, Merch on a bit of a wobble. Now, through the chicane. Merch on again, putting the power down too early. Oh, but Vane doesn't seem to be getting a good exit. Follow front. Steve Rav keeping a comfortable lead, but penalties may not be so comfortable. I haven't noticed, but Merchon has actually pushed a little bit more. As you can see, he's going a bit more aggressive. Here we go again, sector 1. Steve Rav gets caught, and then oh, Steve Rav, he clips the grass. It's not going to help him as he comes through Degner 1 and 2. Oh! Vane just forgot what a brake was and has lost a position, but Merchon's got off the track and lost a position to Vane. Blue Jeans decided to get into the mix. And now that's probably Merchon's race over. Alright, for the win-wise. Both of them just made drastic errors. So Steve Rav could be in for the win actually. But still, he's not got a 3-second lead, so I don't think he will win. Anyway, Vane is catching. He's going to have to push this lap. Or this final lap. I don't think he'll catch him though. Through 130R goes Steve Rav, then Vane, then Merchon. And as they're now about to start their final lap. And I don't think Steve Rav's going to win, but still a good drive from him anyway. It'll be a second podium in 2 races. Obviously, since in Spain they did race, but China, the footy was on when England unfortunately lost to Belgium. As all 3 of them come through sector 1 for the final time. Vane's catching again. JP, stop plugging. You can go and do that in the admin chat. Anyway, Vane now within half a second of Steve Rav. Steve Rav seems to be losing it a lot. Oh, he's done it again! Oh, he's done it again. Blue Jean doesn't want to get in the way now. He needs to get out of the way of Merchon. Whoa, and a bit of lag, and he's put Merchon in the wall. That is probably going to go to the stewards. Something I didn't expect was that. Anyways, they're going for his boot for the final time, and oh, Vane, I don't think he'll be able to get it because of the straight line speed. As they're now quivering through the final straight and through, about to come through 130 off for the final time. Both of them are in rich. As they come through the final chicane, Vane tries braking as late as possible. And I don't think he's able to get it. He's going to get incredibly close, but as across the line, Vane doesn't win. And Steve Rabb wins his first race of F6 in Japan. Vane has taken second place. Merchon will take third after a very confusing final lap. But a good effort from him, nonetheless. The instant where Merchant and Blue Jean could go to the stewards, Blue Jean has finished in 6th. White Eagle is next across the line. Done quite well in 7th, just to grab some points. Probably a bit confusion, he's picked the wrong car, but anyway. As he crosses the line and gets a happy 4 points. And Billy's going to come across the line and get 8 points, and then Boomer or Bomber is going to get 6 points. Because he's just got a bit wide, but nothing. He's got a penalty, but Blue Jean is 38 seconds behind him. Force India 5th and 6th, not too bad there. Double finish for Red Bull, so I guess they're going to have the most points for today's race. Congratulations, Steve Rav, on your first PSGL win, as you've just mentioned. And I'll quickly go through the classification again before I end the stream. Actually, no, we'll watch the podium. We'll watch the podium bit for now. I actually did thought that Steve Rav would have more penalties from what I was seeing in the bottom left, but obviously not. He had the least amount. And there he is, lifting the first place trophy for the first time in PSGL. As the three of them celebrate, well-deserved podium. How many points to third place? 12. Not 12, 10. So now celebrating, we'll go through classification. So, Steve Rav does win. By 3 seconds, followed by Vane, who did have a stop-go, won't make a difference. Merch on in 3rd, his incident may go to the stewards. Wide load Billy in 4th for 24 seconds of penalties. Boomer or Bomber in 5th, he did start in 4th, so not a very good race from him. Nonetheless, it's still points. Blue Jean in 6th and White Eagle in 7th for the only people to finish. So yeah, that'll be it for the stream. Shouldn't be usually me commentating. It will be Ash Best. If you don't know his channel, most of you will. Yeah, you should know whose channel he is. Anyway, he's the main commentator for F6. He just couldn't make it for tonight. Anyway, so if you did enjoy the stream, give it a like. If you want to go and watch F6, go and watch Ash's stream next week if he's commentating. And I'll see you for possibly another PSGL stream. I don't know. Could be anything. Bye.